Has Elon Musk gone nuts with his new X debit card? Robinhood Platinum is misleading, or are they giving you $3,000 in discounts? Bilt is having all kinds of issues, hidden foreign transaction fees. What is going on in the world? All that coming up right now on MTM Travel, the Miles and Points show.
I can't remember a messier launch.
So happy Thursday, Mark. We're going to talk about a lot of crazy stuff happening in the Miles and Points world. Outsized payouts from Elon Musk and problems in foreign things we haven't heard of before. But we'll get into all that. But as a reminder, the Thrifty Travel Premium deal that we talked about, where you can lock in your $99 price before they increase it and also get $79 for your first year. So you get a discount on your first year through our affiliate link. That is ending tomorrow. So you might want to jump on that and get this before the getting is good. But it's a great program. Really been enjoying all of the alerts I've been getting dialed into my airports. You know, you can choose all the airports or which airports you want. It'll even suggest close airports to you. So it's a great service.
Yeah, it's perfect for people like me that hate doing award searches. I know there's a lot of people listening to this that's their favorite part of this whole hobby. It's my least favorite part, as we will talk on next week's show. Rebooking a whole trip last minute. It would have been nice if I had some award alerts that told me what to book. But yeah, it's a really great service. They give you tons of data and tons of options. And even if you don't use a particular booking, like I said last time, I think gives you inspiration for what you can do with these miles and points. Also gives you ideas of what routes are possible. And for $79, $79.99 in the first year, I think it's worth giving a try. And thank you to everybody that's used our affiliate link so far to sign up. And thank you to any of you that use it before it goes away Saturday morning, Friday night, somewhere in that time frame.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned this on the last show, but they do have the 60-day money-back guarantee, I believe. So you just try it. If you're not happy with it, they want to stand by their product, which I think is really cool as well. But it is a good product, and maybe it's right for you, maybe it's not. Give it a try. Lock in the price. It's going up, and certainly appreciate the support for the show. But let's talk about Robinhood and their Platinum. I mean, they've been trying to get into the credit card game. You know, they launched that gold card, and that doesn't have an annual fee, although it requires you to be a gold member. So there is a fee to that. So I don't know about saying it's free, but now they don't want, that's not good enough. The gold card, they want the platinum card, Mark. Everybody needs to have a platinum card, and they're going to charge $695 in annual fees for this card. But they kind of tease $3,000 in credits. And one of them is like a travel credit. That's pretty good. Every 6 months it's broken up. That's pretty good. But then you got stuff like Aura credit. You get the membership, but then you have to buy the ring. Amazon Wellness. There's a hotel credit that's is not good. But what, rideshare, $20 a month? I mean, I'll throw it all up on the screen.
It's not even rideshare. It's autonomous rideshare. I mean, there's how many places can you? How many places?
The future is Zooks. Zooks. The future is now.
That's what's crazy. Like when you look at this originally, I think it's a compelling offer. Like the first time I saw it and I just saw all the perks and you don't read any of the details, you're like, oh crap, okay. There's a lot of coupons here. Like they're telling Bilt Cash, hold my beer. Like we're gonna go to the next level where Amex Platinum is a thing of the past. And then you dive into each of these and you're like, what? Oh no, you make me want to do what? Like the DoorDash credit, the food credit, it's a couple times a month. I think it's $10 twice and then $20 once, but you have to spend $50 each time, which for some families maybe not a big deal. For other people, for single people, yeah, $50 for a DoorDash is a huge amount of money. And getting like 10, that just gives you the delivery or maybe the tip. Like there's not much of a discount there.
Yeah, just the tip. Yeah,
just the tip.
I don't know why it came to mind when you said that. Like, my head is in the gutter today. Yeah, I just think this couponization of credit cards is ridiculous, and this is the worst. But you know, this top level, I just think it's a matter of somebody saying, "Let's advertise this as sexy as possible," and they didn't really think the customer experience. And this does leave a bad taste in people's mouth when you mislead them this badly, and by saying something like 3,000 in credits, and then a lot of this it's broken up in ways that you're not going to get your $3,000.
Yeah, and they did the hotel credit, and of course, it's book it through our hotels, and it's a 2-night min, and you only get $200 off. And I hate the move to this. Like FHR was bad enough and that's a 1 night, but their hotels are so expensive. when they bumped it up to 300, we're like, okay, finally we can book some hotels. And then all the prices shot. Everybody that's on FHR just jacked their prices up because they knew more people had free money, and that's been admitted, that's been proven, and it's just crazy. So they didn't really add any perks to us. They just gave their end client, the hotels, better business. But we see that, and you have to book through their portals to earn the higher rates, and all of that, and even the restaurant credit is like, oh, at our select restaurants. I'm so tired of that. Like, if it's a restaurant, if it's a dining credit, just let me use it in dining. You get a better interchange fee. I know you get a kickback from these restaurants. Make it easier. The Bilt Cash one, which we'll talk about maybe next week when I finish up that article of how I'm using Bilt Cash. Like, there's so few restaurants on their list right now that you can check out with Bilt payment that it doesn't make sense. And I know they're trying to get to the point where I think everything on Bilt Dining is on there, which will be a much better experience, more improvement. But why wasn't it that way to begin with? Like, hey, just dine at our Bilt dining places, and whatever you spend up to $20 or whatever it is, we'll wipe it off with your Bilt Cash. You just have to click a button and it'll come off your statement. Like, they could have made it easier, but they all want us to go through all these hoops so that they get a couple more percentage points back when you spend it there because it's going through their payment system or it's going through their partner. And this is all just them skimming more and more money off of us and making the consumer experience worse and worse.
So, Mark, it doesn't matter because the only bank we need is the bank of Elon. Okay, that's all we need. We are learning that this week, and this is so important.
Boy,
X money.
people
is
are going to
coming.
get so mad.
Well, I mean, if he's going to give us 6% API, I mean, if he's going to
Yeah.
do this, then all hail the Bank of Elon. So this is I think this is gonna be in like a private beta or something. You can try to get waitlisted for it, and it's gonna open up in April. But according to Doctor of Credit, 6% API is available instantly with your first deposit. No direct deposit is required or debit card transactions. But if you decide to use the debit card, it's going to earn 3% cash back on all purchases on a debit card. Yeah, it's just crazy limits on the accounts. I mean, I'm glad he's spending his billions of dollars on something, subsidizing our spend.
Yeah, he's subsidizing everybody's income. Like, hey, let's give some free money to the people. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, getting like 4%, maybe a little bit above 4% is really good right now. 6% is out of this world. I don't think there's any account minimums either to get that. You don't have to have like an insane amount of money deposited in there to get the 6%. So first thing I'm doing is moving all our savings to this thing. As long as it's giving me 6%, it's going to chill, get an extra 2% every year. That's great. And then 3% on debit card, which is better than a lot of credit cards for no non-bonus spend. But think about how many things that only debit cards work for, or there's no fee for debit cards, that there's a fee for credit cards. That opens up a world of possibilities for people. The more into miles and points you are, the more exciting this gets. I don't care how much you hate Elon Musk, and plenty of people hate him. He's giving you money. Take it. Take his money.
Yeah, I mean, and we should talk about the wider reason why would he do this. Well, first off, we know this won't last forever. This will be a very expensive thing to do just because of the economics of the industry. There's a reason nobody is doing even 3% back on a credit card, right? Or, it's very niche and stuff like that. Like Robinhood Gold, when they said 3% back on a credit card, that was crazy. And we talked about Robinhood earlier. I don't know that it quite equates to how we thought, but this, yeah, debit card, all the opportunities with debit cards. Yeah, I mean, people, minds must be blown right now. And let's just hope it stays. But yeah, jump on it quickly because it won't last. Elon he'll finally get tired of paying the bill.
Yeah, I'm sure this is just to try to get people onboarded, and maybe we'll get grandfathered in, or maybe this will last 6 months, maybe it'll be a year. I don't know how long. He has more money than any person needs for 100 lifetimes. So maybe he'll foot the bill for a bit until he gets to mass growth. Maybe they're harvesting our data. I don't know, but I'm going to take as much money as I can get on my way out the door.
And the motivation for this is he wants the X to be the all-in-one app, similar to what we see, I would say, with like Alipay and WePay, WeChat, all those sorts of things in China. They're very integrated apps, everything under one sort of thing. And this has long been his case. When he bought Twitter, he said this was coming. I mean, bringing this money aspect, payment aspect to X has always been a sort of thing. So this is a serious goal of his. And, he is a successful businessman. So Yeah, I'm excited for this. I hope you guys should be too. Politics aside, love for Elon Musk or not, all of that. This is a good opportunity to earn, or hopefully it looks like it will be. Every week we do a couple shows here. Mark does tons of articles on the site along with the team, but we also have our Patreon where you can support us, but join our growing community of Miles and Points enthusiasts. $10 a month, you get bonus content, behind the paywall posts, picking it up to $29 a month for Diamond membership. That gets you our crazy Slack, spending time podcast, so much more. Patreon.com/miles to memories for all the information. Thanks for the support, but you'll learn a lot. Incredible group of people.
First behind the paywall article just dropped last night.
But let's talk about Bilt. So they've been having these mortgage issues. We talked about it, things not working right. I think they changed some rules and how it's all working. And then now it's just sort of blown up. I think they've had some real big issues in the mainstream media this week. We'll talk about another issue in a minute. And this 2.0 launch has just not gone well from a PR perspective.
No, I mean, Forbes has picked it up. I think Wall Street Journal's written an article about it. So, I mean, they're a massive company. The last valuation, I think, put them at like $10 billion. So this isn't small potatoes. This isn't startup anymore. This is big boy stuff. And when you roll out these new credit cards and you put as much money behind it, I mean, heck, every time I watch streaming, a Bilt commercial comes up now about getting their credit cards. So they're spending a lot of money getting their name out there. They should have spent money on customer service. They should have spent money on the back end of getting all this stuff streamlined. You would think going from one credit card to the next would be fairly easy. They did switch processors, bank partners during this, so that definitely adds to the level of complication here. Went from one card to three cards. That probably adds more. Cardless isn't like the most fine-tuned big boy on the block. It's the little engine that could really, when you think about it in the credit card space. So you went from Wells Fargo, who isn't great, but they're a big company, to cardless. So maybe some of these issues lie with cardless. They went to another a billion-dollar company, I think, to process these mortgage payments, which you wouldn't think would be difficult. It's just pulling money from a bank account. But a lot of people are getting alerts that their payment didn't go through or their payment's going to be late. This is why I said all along, I am not doing Bilt Cash for points on my mortgage payments. My mortgage is too important to me to have anything happen to it. I'm not letting somebody else dip into my bank account to pull money out to move payments just for an extra point, a dollar. I don't care that much about it. It's just not worth the risk to me.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot to figure out here. They've been trying to accomplish a lot. And, their argument would be we really envision this whole earning points on rent and eventually mortgage, and we're trailblazers and we're doing new things, and there's going to be issues with that, and there's going to be things we have to change along the way. In fact, I don't know about any company that's been more willing to make quick changes and adjustments. Some of them make people happy, some of them don't. Sometimes they've seen customers taking advantage of things and they shut them down quickly. They're very nimble in that way. But here is an example of where this cardless thing hasn't gone well. The Palladium card has 0 foreign transaction fees, and you would expect that doesn't mean that there's 0 fee to do a transaction. But some Redditors kind of dug in to the data. They can go and look at the historical conversion rates that are published, and then you can figure out what's happening. And they notice that basically there's a 0.2% fee being added on the conversion for this stuff. And I know Bilt has said that they are investigating this and hopefully they'll refund the fee and stuff like that. But it took customers sort of digging into the data to figure this out. And they advertise no foreign transaction fees. And yeah, I mean, this is going to be bad for them, I think. And I don't think they did this on purpose. I think it's some sort of thing with cardless and they'll figure it out, but not a good look.
No, and that's just on top of everything else, and somebody else caught it, and that's what's crazy about people in miles of point space. The computer skills of some of these people is just insane, and what they're able to dig up and information they're able to gather on companies and processes and find opportunities through it is just insane. And there's a group of them in MTM Diamond that are like that, and they I'm just shock and awe every time I talk to them. But yeah, finding this, it just looks cheap, and I'm assuming it's going to be on cardless's fault. I doubt that this is Bilt's thing, but it's another check mark or scar or black mark or whatever you want to say on this launch, and it's a bad look. And then you're going to have to go back to people and be like, hey, we're sorry, we said no fees, but we charged it. And it's probably going to only be a couple bucks for most people, if anything. But it's another time that you have to go in front of your customer and say, we messed up again, and that's never a good look. We're not lawyers. We don't, this isn't legal advice, but I don't know what the legal ramifications are of that either. If you say no fee, that means no fee. And they're very strict in banking stuff. If you say something and you don't follow through on that, what kind of fines are they going to get? Are they going to get slap on the wrist? Nothing. If they pay back, is there going to be a class action lawsuit? Who knows where this goes? But it seems like a small thing, but it could end up being a big thing.
Yeah, that's a great point. This heavily regulated industry, so it's not just a matter of saying, "Oh, our bad, we will refund you." There's regulators probably looking into this, and it just comes to a case where you advertise something and the reality isn't the case. And if this is a mistake, they should be very transparent. Hopefully, we'll learn more about it. But yeah, it's not a good look for Bilt this week. But a good look for Marriott. You know, a lot of times you have to talk bad about Marriott, Mark, but this week they did something really good. And finally, you can top off your certificates a little bit more, right? Before the cap was 15,000 points. Now it's 25,000. So you can add up to 25,000 points to a cert, which kind of allows you to reach higher. But are they just going to raise the prices? So I don't know. But there you go.
Yeah. Or it's because they already did raise the prices and enough people were complaining. But I don't know why we have caps at all. It should just be. And I want to talk about this. I wrote an article that will be coming out, I believe, on Friday. The Alaska Companion Pass, the CERT or whatever, the 25K that you get with the Summit card, that's just a 25,000 point discount. And then you can book whatever you want. You top it off with whatever's in your account balance. That's the way all these should be. It should just be a discount. Like enough of this cap, 25K, whatever. You're just trying to create breakage. It's not good for your customer. And it's just kind of annoying. I'm still using points. I'm still booking your hotel. You're still getting money for this. You're still selling those points. What does it matter? So let me top it off. And this is a big miss on Hyatt's part too. We talked about this with the new award chart and how Hyatt made it seem like to you they never want to top off certificates. If they would have offered topping off to go along with the award chart changes, that would have lessened the blow a lot. People would have been like, okay, not quite a wash, but maybe in that realm. And it would have given, okay, I'm still going to go for a 30 nights because I get that free night cert. I'm still going to have the card. I get that free night cert. I'm still going to spend. I get that free night cert. Hey, at 60 nights, I get a better cert. Oh, that uncapped cert. Maybe I should still go for that because it has more value. If you add more value, people will still chase things. But if you just make everything more expensive and you don't give people a chance to talk their brain into to seeing the value, then they're going to stop doing it. There's all these articles about, am I still chasing Hyatt globalists? Well, if you're offering a top off cert, I think that would lean towards yes. You're just hurting your most loyal customers here.
Yeah, it's one that baffles me. I still, referring back to the conversation having with Hyatt executives, I still don't quite understand why they were so adamant against it. And this was a couple years ago now, so it doesn't mean that the thinking hasn't changed or they haven't evolved in any way. I don't have updated thoughts on that, but they were not interested in it. And for some reason, it just seems like they were interested in doing all this other stuff, great stuff. And this was when they were relaunching, bringing the awards online and transferring things, doing all this great stuff for the program. And then you ask them about topping off, and they go stone cold and say, no, we're not going to do that. So, I mean, I don't know. They're going to, like Bilt. I mean, Hyatt's name recently in our space has a negative connotation to it. And I don't think they care as much about miles and points people, but I think that does permeate to the wider sort of ecosystem. And business travelers are very important. And a lot of business travelers do interface with our community because they get a lot of the content through creators and stuff about the programs, trying to figure out, they get their first business trip and they're at Marriott and they want to figure out how to maximize that, or at Hyatt. And, this does affect the wider conversation for them. And so I think, Hyatt this would be a smart perk for them after all this bad press they got. Let's roll it out. Come on, Hyatt.
Yeah, and I think Marriott is getting out in front of it a bit, and this is making their program a little bit more valuable. It makes their credit cards more useful. Like if you're looking at a credit card that the annual fee just came due, and you're like, wait a second, this cert now I can use it at a property that's 25K more point. That opens up a whole nother level of bookings to me. All right, I'll pay another annual fee. Like this is what we're here for. We're here to pay your annual fees so you can sell more points to the banks, to all these things, to the partners, everything. And you need us here wanting to invest in your program. So yes, maybe it's taking from over here and giving over there, or maybe it's illusion because we're still at a negative connotation overall. We're still going to be spending more points for hotels, but giving us this other little spiffs. We're like gamblers in a casino. We're always chasing that next win, and we don't always think things through perfectly. We get caught up in The same thing that the casino companies figured out a long time ago. Hey, if I gamble a little bit more, they'll give me a free breakfast. You could just quit now and go pay for that breakfast and save a whole lot of money. But you're like, oh, I got it free. So it's like, it's better. This is the same thing. And if you take all that away and you don't give us anything back in return, you're going to lose that love and that illusion that people are willing to go further, spend more for something that doesn't really add up for them.
My wife has been making fun of me because I've been talking about that $94 Hyatt centric Long Beach breakfast all week because it bothers me that it costs $94, even though it didn't cost me anything.
Yeah.
And she's like, it was
Yeah.
free. So it's actually having the opposite effect for some reason. I should be feeling like, ooh, I got $94 for free. Yeah, I don't know. I think
It's
the
all illusion.
complications. Yes.
Loyalty programs, elite status, all illusions. It's all based off of like fake prices. And that's what people build all of these decisions off of. Well, $100, I would be spending $100. No, you wouldn't. You'd be spending $20 somewhere else. But that when you pull back too far, when you open up the curtain too much, people aren't going to make those decisions the same way.
I don't know. In this case, it felt like I actually spent the money. I was bitter about it. I don't know why, because I've had a lot of expensive Hyatt breakfasts and nothing kind of shocked me in that way. Yeah, and I think that there is for some people, they like the status. They like how it makes them feel. It doesn't enhance their travel in a way that you can't really measure in a monetary way. And I think that for those people, it's fine. I think to your point, do the thought exercise. Make sure that it's working for you. Make sure it's valuable. Make sure that you are not doing things in a crazy way. And we're going to talk on the next show about what we're looking at as far as hotel programs and how we're looking to maybe move beyond Hyatt as well.
Yeah, I think that's a conversation everybody needs to have with themselves. I think a lot of people are still going to lean into Hyatt, but maybe chasing Hyatt everywhere you go, or going where there is a Hyatt, or going outside the city center just so you can book a Hyatt hotel. Maybe that's a thing of the past. And I don't think that's such a bad thing. I think that uh, booking travel that works for you based on location, price, and convenience is going to make your life better overall, even if you don't have free breakfast.
We've covered a ton of topics on this show. As a reminder, Mark and the team are covering tons of things every single day at milestomemories.com. So we have articles covering topics. So subscribe to that. You'll find stuff on the channel and all of that going forward. But let's close with one last thing. Amazon Pay with Points. There's a new promotion, or they bring back their regular promotion. This is how you can save some serious money on Amazon. I mean, how much money do you think we've saved over the years? Thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and sometimes you get like a more than once and stuff. And this one's based on the rewards dollars, so the cards that earn cash back rewards instead of points. So it's a little bit more niche, and but it is bigger. Like you have to use $3 in cash back this time instead of just 1 penny. So they've caught on to that a little bit. It's weird still that they're like, what is it, like 518 membership rewards points when they run that promo, or some random number. I think it's for $5, but so you have to use $3, but you can get up to 50% off. It's a really good deal if you're targeted for it. I don't think it works for third-party gift cards anymore, which is a bummer. It used to, but if you're shopping on anything shipped and sold by Amazon, it should give you the huge discount there. Whenever I get these, I just go spend that money right then. Buy whatever I needed to buy, so I don't forget to redeem it.
Yeah, I used to use them for gift cards, for Uber gift cards and stuff. So it was sad when that died. But yeah, I do exactly the same thing. Anytime I have Amazon purchases, there's always something fun to buy, especially when you're getting 50% offer that you need. So it's always great there. And we will continue on the site to keep updated on that. Using links on the site does help support us as well if you're interested in shopping on Amazon. So we're always staying on top of that and all of the deals. But let us know what you guys think about anything we talked about today. Bilt problems. I mean, that 0.2% transaction fee, that's a rough one. Elon Musk, are you all excited about this debit card? I'm excited. I want to see this actually come and see how long it lasts. I think we should make odds on how long this all does. But leave a comment on that. We do 2 shows a week. Tuesdays we do our travel, and Thursdays our miles and points show. So we'll be back in a couple days with that. If you want Vegas news, check us out on our other channel. We also have our Patreon diamond communities, all kinds of great stuff. You can find all of it at milestomemories.com. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.
Have a good weekend, everybody.